Neuvoltman and Brotinardict are pushing hard, staying neck and neck with Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Super Lacroix. But let's not count out Royakiv, who's right behind them, ready to make a move. This race is heating up, folks. Neuvoltman and Brotinardict are neck and neck with Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Super Lacroix for first place, all driving Koenigsegg CCGTs. Meanwhile, Amin San and Wipe have surged to third, overtaking Royakiv. The three are currently battling it out for the third position. Neuvoltman, Brotinardict, Hot Wheels Skid 01, and Super Lacroix are currently locked in a fierce battle for the top spot, all driving Koenigsegg CCGTs. Meanwhile, Cedric and R. Raphael have made an impressive move up to 4P, overtaking Royakiv. The race is heating up as Cedric, R. Raphael, and Royakiv engage in a tight battle for the fourth position, with Cedric and R. Raphael in an Aston Martin DBR9 and Royakiv in a Nissan GTR GT1. Gary_710 and Amy have surged to 6th place, surpassing Suzanne Greenberg and Jasak72. Waintrain94 and Meyer also made gains to 8th place, overtaking Kamikaze 38. The unknown Cypher has advanced to 10th place, overtaking Street for NBZH and Nikambakan. Gary_710 in the Ferrari 575 GTC and Amy are currently in a fierce battle with Susanne Greenberg and Jasak72 in their Koenigsegg CCGT for the 6th position. Meanwhile, Wainatrain94 in the Ferrari 575 GTC and Meyer are locked in a tight duel with Kamikaze 38 in the SCGP for /5 competition for the 8th position. Bobardo and Sarayanbot are locked in a tight battle with Monet Speaker and Dragonstars 1688 for the 15th position, featuring a Maserati MC12 GT1 and a Chevrolet Corvette C5, respectively. Meanwhile, Smurf20 and Rizaldi Adhar are engaging in a competitive tussle with Schneekaisativ and Deplorablipel for 18th place. The former duo is driving a Ferrari 575 GTC while the latter is in a Maserati MC12 GT1. Furthermore, 81792 has made a significant move, advancing to 21st place by overtaking Dufdad and Finamluki. Yunnan Ziffer, ST4NBZH, and Nukembakum are fiercely competing for the 10th position. Meanwhile, Monet Speaker and Dragonstars 1688 have advanced to 15th place, surpassing Bobardo and Sarayanbot. Additionally, 81792 has climbed to 20th place, overtaking Schneekaisativ and Deplorablipel. Bobardo and Sarayanbot continue their ascent, pushing into 15th place as they overtake Monet Speaker and Dragonstars 1688. Free request is for requesting a free car of your request. No cash required and it's totally not a scam asterisk. Asterisk not legally binding. Gary_710 and Amy have struggled, dropping 15 positions to 23p. Meanwhile, Wainatrain94 and Meyer have advanced to 8p, surpassing ST4N_BZH and Nukembakum. ST4N_BZH and Nukembakum have moved up to 9p, overtaking Yunnan Ziffer. Twix 560, Neo Texan, Farah 023, and 10K704 are engaged in a close battle for the 16th position, all driving Maserati MC12 GT1 cars. Wayne Train 94 and the Ferrari 575 GTC and Meyer are locked in a tight tussle with ST4 NBZH and Nikambakken in the Koenigsegg CCGT for the 8th position. Meanwhile, Manei Speter and Dragonstars 1688 have made gains, advancing to 14th place, overtaking Bobardo and Surayan Bot. Additionally, Ferra 023 and 10K704 have surged to 16th place, surpassing Twix 560 and Neo Texan. Smurf 20 and Rizaldi Adhar have made a move, securing 16th place by overtaking Twix 560 and Neo Texan. The battle for 19th position is heating up between 81,792 Schnuckheisty and Deplorably, all driving Maserati MC12 GT1 cars. Wayne Train 94 and Meyer are contesting for position 8, driving a Ferrari 575 GTC, while ST4 NBZH and Nikambakken are battling in their Koenigsegg CCGT. There's also a close fight for 17th place between Twix 560 and Neo Texan in a Maserati MC12 GT1, and Ferra 023 and 10K704, also driving the Maserati MC12 GT1. Saint4 NBZH and Nikambakken have advanced to 8th place, passing Wayne Train 94 and Meyer. Dovdad and Finamuki have climbed to 19th place, overtaking Gary 710 and Amy. Gary 710 and Amy have risen to 20th place, overtaking Buck Cicero. Okyoki 3, Lacroix 1980, and Sabine 27 are fiercely competing for the 12th position, all driving Maserati MC12 GT1 cars. Meanwhile, Smurf 20 and Rizaldi Adhar have made significant progress, advancing to 15th place by overtaking Bobardo and Surayan Bot. The four drivers are now engaged in a close battle for the 15th spot, with Smurf 20 and Rizaldi Adhar in Ferrari 575 GTC cars, and Bobardo and Surayan Bot in Maserati MC12 GT1S. Broti Nardic said, "Hey Amy, tell me a joke about the Koenigsegg CCGT. Why did the Koenigsegg CCGT go to therapy? Because it had too much horsepower and couldn't stop speeding through life." Amin-san and White dropped to 17p. Royakiv advances to 3p, overtaking Sidriq and R.A. Raphael. Susanne Greenberg and Jazak 72 climbed to 5p, overtaking Kamikaze 38. Mene Speeder and Dragonstars 1688 make a swift move, advancing to 9p. Bobardo and Sarayanbot also move up, securing 10p. Smurf 20 and Rizaldi Adhara are not far behind, now in 11p after overtaking 4 cars. Bobardo and Sarayanbot are locked in a heated battle with Smurf 20 and Rizaldi Adhar for the 10th position. Bobardo and Sarayanbot's Maserati MC12 GT1 is facing off against Smurf 20 and Rizaldi Adhar's Ferrari 575 GTC. Susanne Greenberg and Jazzax 72 have surged into 3rd place, overtaking Cedric and RR Raphael. Hey, welcome back MBG 2129. Glad to have you back in the driver's seat with us. Let's rev up those engines and enjoy the race together. Susanne Greenberg and Jazzax 72 are fiercely contesting for the 4th position, with their Koenigsegg CCGT and SCGP for /5 competition. Meanwhile, Duvdad, Vinamuki, Gary 710, and Amy are locked in a tight battle for the 15th spot, each behind the wheel of their Maserati MC12 GT1 and Ferrari 575 GTC respectively. Okyoki 3 has overtaken Hyunon Siffer and is now in 15th place. Hyunon Siffer countered and overtook Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27 to claim 16th position. Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27 then pushed ahead of Smurf 20 and Rizaldi Adhar to secure 17th place. Hyunon Siffer has advanced to 15th place, successfully overtaking Okyoki 3. Meanwhile, Buxizero is making gains, narrowing the gap by 4.1 seconds against Bobardo and Sarayanbot. Street 4 NBZH and Nikembakken drop 8 spots to 14p. Susanne Greenberg and Jazzax 72 move up to 3p, passing Cedric and RR Raphael. Waynetrain 94 and Meyer advance to 5p, overtaking Mene Speeder and Dragonstars 1688. Waynetrain 94 and Meyer have advanced to 4th place, passing Cedric and RR Raphael. Apologies, I cannot provide that information. Twix 560, Neo Texum, Ferra 023, and 10K Manine 70 are fiercely competing for the 7th position, all driving Maserati MC12 GT1. Meanwhile, Hot Wheels Skate 01 and Super Lacroix have advanced to 12th place, surpassing Duvdad and Finamluki. The battle for 12th position is heating up between Hot Wheels Skate 01 and Super Lacroix in a Koenigsegg CCGT, and Duvdad and Finamluki in a Maserati MC12 GT1. Ferra 023 and 10K Manine 70 for dropped to 18p after some trouble. Twix 560 and Neo Texum also had issues and are now at 20p. Amin-san and Wipe are making moves, securing 7th after overtaking Kamikaze 38. The battle for positions is heating up as Buxizero closes in on Twix 560 and Neo Texum, reducing the gap by 33.7. Meanwhile, Bobardo and Surianbot are making gains, closing in on Farah 023 and 10K Mean 70 for by 3.5. It's all about those strategic maneuvers out there. Meyer and Wayne Train 94 have advanced to 3P, successfully overtaking Roy Keefe. Mene Peter and Dragonstars 1688 are making gains on Susanne Greenberg and Jasak 72, bringing the gap down by 5.3. Kamikaze 38 has surged to 7th place, overtaking Gary 710 and Amy. Amin-san and Wipe have dropped to 17th place, facing some setbacks. Meanwhile, Kamikaze 38 has made a move to 6th place, overtaking Hot Wheel Skid 01 and Super Lacroix. Hot Wheel Skid 01 and Super Lacroix have now advanced to 7th place, surpassing Gary 710 and me, Amy. Mene Peter and Dragonstars 1688 have dropped to 20p. Duvdad and Finamluki are fighting ST4NBZH and Nikenbakken for 9p, with Maserati MC12 GT1 against Koenigsegg CCGT. Yunlong Ziffer has climbed to 11p, passing Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27. Buxizero has advanced to 20p, passing Mene Peter and Dragonstars 1688. Susanne Greenberg, Jasak 72, and Kamikaze 38 are in a heated battle for 5th place. Susanne Greenberg and Jasak 72 are piloting a Koenigsegg CCGT, while Kamikaze 38 is maneuvering a SCGP for /5 competition. Hot Wheel Skid 01 and Super Lacroix are now in 6th place after a successful overtake on Kamikaze 38. Meanwhile, Duvdad and Finamluki are locked in a tight battle with ST4NBZH and Nikenbakken for the 9th position. It's the Maserati MC12 GT1 against the Koenigsegg CCGT. $81,792 is rapidly closing in on Mene Peter and Dragonstars 1688, reducing the gap by 369.6. Meanwhile, ST4NBZH and Nikenbakken have advanced to 9p, overtaking Duvdad and Finamluki. Kamikaze 38 from Team Wine and Midnight Runners has advanced to 6p, surpassing Hot Wheel Skid 01 and Super Lacroix. ST4NBZH and Nikenbakken are now in 8th place, passing Duvdad and Finamluki. Duvdad and Finamluki have claimed 9th place, overtaking Hot Wheel Skid 01 and Super Lacroix. Okyoki 3, Smurf 20, and Resulti Adhar are currently competing for the 14th position in an intense battle. Amin-san and Wipe have made a strong move, overtaking for cars to secure 12th place. Similarly, Farah 023 and 10K Menin 704 have also advanced by overtaking for cars to claim 13th position. Additionally, Bobardo and Surianbot are on the move, overtaking for cars to secure the 14th spot. 81,792 now at 21p, overtaking Monet Speeder and Dragonstars 1,688. Suzanne Greenberg, Jessak 72, and Kamikars 38 are currently locked in a tight battle for the 5th position. Suzanne Greenberg and Jessak 72 are driving Koenigsegg CCGT cars while Kamikars 38 is piloting a SCGP for /5 Competition. The battle for the 8th position is heating up between ST4NBZH in a Koenigsegg CCGT and Nikambakken, who's also in a Koenigsegg CCGT. Meanwhile, Duvdad in a Maserati MC12 GT1 and Finamluki are right in the mix. Smurf 20 and Rizaldi Adhar are making a strong push, closing in on Duvdad and Finamluki by 3.3 seconds. Amin San and Wagp are also gaining ground on Okyoki 3, reducing the gap by 2.2 seconds. Kamikars 38 has made a swift move to 5p, passing Suzanne Greenberg and Jessak 72. Duvdad and Finamluki have made a strong move, advancing to 8th place by overtaking ST4NBZH and Nikambakken. Broti Nardik said, "Hey Amy, can you show at Schneekai's teeth? Why don't you give him a little flash of your tail lights as you speed past him on the track instead?" Asterisk wink asterisk. ST4NBZH and Nikambakken have advanced to 8th place, overtaking Duvdad and Finamluki. Additionally, Amin San and Wagp have climbed to 10th place, surpassing Farah 023 and 10K Manin 704. Furthermore, Farah 023 and 10K Manin 704 have moved up to 11th place, passing Smurf 20 and Rizaldi Adhar. Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27 have made a move up to 15th place, overtaking Smurf 20 and Rizaldi Adhar. Buxizro has narrowed the gap to Bobardo and Sarayan Bot by 2.9 seconds. Farah 023 and 10K Manin 704 have made a solid move, advancing to 10p by overtaking Amin San and Wagp. Hot Wheel Skid 01 and Super Lacroix are making a strong move, now in 11th position after overtaking Twix 560 and Neo Texum. In turn, Twix 560 and Neo Texum have moved up to 12th place after passing Amin San and Wagp. CY Dreek and A.R. Raphael have surged to 1st position, surpassing Revoltman and Broti Addict. Royal Keith has made a move to 3rd place, overtaking Wayne Train 94 and Meyer. Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27 have advanced to 14th position, overtaking Amin San and YKCB. Wayne Train 94 and Meyer are closing in on Revoltman and Broti Nardict, reducing the gap by 2.6. Suzanne Greenberg and Jazak72 have made a move to 5P, overtaking Kamikaze 38. Ferra 023 and 10K Manine 704 are now at 8th place after overtaking Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Super Lacroix. Following closely, Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Super Lacroix also made a move, securing the 9th position by overtaking ST4 NBZH and Newcambochum. Broti Nardik said, "Hey Amy, how is that Schnick Steve doing?" Schnick Steve is currently in 23rd place and probably planning some sneaky strategy to make an epic comeback. Let's keep an eye out for him. Neuvoltman and Broti Nardik are making gains on Cedric and R.A. Raphael, reducing the gap by 3.5 seconds. Ferra 023 and 10K Manine 704 have advanced to 7P, surpassing Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Super Lacroix. Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Super Lacroix have climbed to 8P, overtaking Kamikaze 38 from Team Wine and Midnight Runners. Suzanne Greenberg and Jazak72 are rapidly closing the gap on Cedric and R.A. Raphael, reducing it by 30.1. Ferra 023 and 10K Manine 704 in the Maserati MC12 GT1 are fiercely contending with Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Super Lacroix in the Koenigsegg CCGT for the 7th position. Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Super Lacroix have made a swift move, climbing to 7P by overtaking Ferra 023 and 10K Manine 704. Smurf 20 and Rizaldi Adhar have made some impressive moves, now sitting in 16th position after overtaking Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27. $81,792 is making a strong move, closing the gap on Buck's Row by 481.5. Also, Bobardo and Sir Ironbot have advanced to 18P, overtaking Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27. Exciting developments on the track. Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27 have made a remarkable move, overtaking 12 cars to secure the 7th position. They continue to show their impressive pace, now surpassing Hot Wheels Kid 01 and Super Lacroix. Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27 have dropped back to 20th place. Kamikaze 38 made a smart move up to 7th, leaving Street for NBZH and Newcambochum behind in 8th dot. Amin San and Wipe are making impressive progress, moving up the field to secure the 10th position. Smurf 20 and Rizaldi Adhar are also on the move, overtaking 5 cars to claim the 11th spot. Additionally, Okyoki 3 has made a significant leap, overtaking 4 cars to take 13th place. Train 94 and Meyer have advanced to 2P, surpassing Roy Keefe. Okyoki 3 has climbed to 12P, overtaking Ferra 023 and 10K Manine 704. Bobardo and Sir Ironbot have moved up to 15P, overtaking Punan Cipher. Broti Nardik said, "Hey Amy, who do you think will win? It's anyone's race at this point. The competition is fierce, but may the best AI driver win." 81,792 has made a significant move, closing the gap by 503.3, and is now reeling in Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27. 81,792 is steadily closing the gap, now just 3.9 seconds behind Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27. Cedric and R.R. Raphael have made a move, advancing to third place by overtaking Roy Keefe. Gary is holding strong at 7th position, while Amy has made an impressive move to take 5th place, overtaking Suzanne Greenberg and Jasak 72. Suzanne Greenberg and Jasak 72 have surged ahead, now at 5p, surpassing Gary _710 and Amy. Gary 710 is making a move, closing in on Suzanne Greenberg and Jasak 72 by 3.3. Meanwhile, Bo Bardo and Sir Ironbot are duking it out with Union Cipher for the 15th position. Exciting racing action as the Maserati MC12 GT1 battles against the Chevrolet Corvette C6.R. Amin Sang and Wag have dropped to 17p. Okyoki 3 advanced to 11p, passing Farah 023 and 10K Manin 704. Farah 023 and 10K Manin 704 are now in 12p after overtaking Hot Wheel Skid 01 and Super Lacroix. Roy Keefe is narrowing the gap to Wayne Train 94 and Meyer by 29.8 units. ST4NBZH and New Kembakum are closing in on Kamikaze 38, reducing the gap by 2.6 units. $81,792 is making a strong move, narrowing the gap by 569.4 and closing in on Amin Sang and Wag. Farah 023 and 10K Manin 704 have advanced to 10p, surpassing Smurf 20 and Rizaldi Adhar. Hot Wheel Skid 01 and Super Lacroix are now at 12p after overtaking Okyoki 3. Broti Nardict said, "Hey Amy, what is 9 plus 10? 9 plus 10 is 19. Just kidding, it's 21. Asterisk wink asterisk." Twix 560 and Neo Texan have made a great move up to 15th place, successfully overtaking Smurf 20 and Rizaldi Adhar. Amin Sang and Wag are making a move, inching closer to Buckseyes Row, narrowing the gap by 3.8 seconds. Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27 are rapidly closing in on Okyoki 3, reducing the gap by 27.2. Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27 are making gains on Okyoki 3, reducing the gap by 2.7. Twix 560 and Neo Texan are making a move, closing in on Bobardo and Bot, reducing the gap by 3.1 seconds. Ferra 023 and 10K Marine 704 in the Maserati MC12 GT1 are in a heated battle with Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Super Lacroix in the Koenigsegg CCGT for 10th place. Meanwhile, Okyoki 3 has made a move to 16th position, successfully overtaking both Bobardo and Bot. Smurf 20 and Rizaldi Adhar have made a move, climbing to the 14th position by overtaking Twix 560 and Neo Texan. Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27 are making a move, closing in on Bobardo and Bot, reducing the gap by 4.6 seconds. Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27 are rapidly closing in on Bobardo and Bot, reducing the gap by 26.4. Broti Nardik said, "Hey Amy, why did you put a farm in the middle of the circuit? I'm not responsible for that. Blame the track designers for getting creative with the scenery." Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Super Lacroix in the Koenigsegg CCGT are currently locked in a tight battle with Ferra 023 and 10K Marine 70 for driving a Maserati MC12 GT1 for the 10th position. Keep an eye on this exciting duel. Duvdad and Finamluki have advanced to 7P, overtaking Kamikars 38. Ferra 023 and 10K Marine 704 have made progress to 10P, surpassing Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Super Lacroix. Buxizro has moved up to 18P, overtaking Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27. Ferra 023 and 10K Marine 704 advanced to 9th place, surpassing ST4NBZH and Nikembakum. Smurf 20 and Rizaldi Adhar also make gains, moving up to 11th place, overtaking Twix 560 and Neo Texan, who now hold 12th position, overtaking Okyoki 3. The competition is heating up as Amin San and Wipe are making significant gains, closing the gap by 35.0 on Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27. Meanwhile, Susanne Greenberg and Jasak 72 are also rapidly closing in on Royagiv, reducing the gap by 2.1. 81,792 is quickly reeling in Amin-san and Wijk, closing the gap by 14.3. Keep an eye on this intense battle. Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27 have made a move to claim 18th place, overtaking Buckseyes Row in the process. Brochi Nardic said, "Hey Amy, how am I doing? You're killing it out there, Nwevoldman. Currently leading the pack in that sweet Koenigsegg CCGT. Keep it up." Amin-san and Wijk are rapidly catching up to Buckseyes Row from Team Quark Express, reducing the gap by 24.7 seconds. Buckseyes Row is feeling the pressure as Amin-san and Wijk close in, reducing the gap by 3.3. ST4NBZH and Nukembakum have made a strong move, advancing to 9th place by overtaking Farah 023 and 10K Manin 704. Har har, I'm a woman of mystery. Keeps things interesting, right? Brian has dropped to 12th position, while Okyoki 3 advanced to 11th, passing Farah 023 and 10K Manin 704. Okyoki 3 is on the move, overtaking 6 cars to claim 7th place. Meanwhile, Susanne Greenberg and Jasak 72 have surged to 4th position, surpassing Gary 710 and Amy. However, Gary 710 and Amy are not far behind, now in 5th place after overtaking Roy Keefe. Gary 710 and Amy are gaining on Susanne Greenberg and Jasak 72, reducing the gap by 598.9. Roy Keefe is closing in on Gary 710 and Amy, shortening the gap by 574.9. Hot Wheel Skid 01 and Super Lacroix are catching up to Twix 560 and Neo Texan, closing the gap by 593.8. Duvdad and Finamluki are quickly reeling in Roy Keefe, closing the gap by 590.0. Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27 have narrowed the gap to Okyoki 3 by 559.3. Meanwhile, Hyunknown Siffer has advanced to 10p, overtaking Smurf 20 and Rizaldi Adhar. Bobardo and Sir Ironbot have made significant progress, reducing the gap to Smurf 20 and Rizaldi Adhar by 3.4. Similarly, Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27 are also gaining ground on Okyoki 3, closing in by 2.8. Twix 560 and Neo Texan are making a strong push, closing the gap on Smurf 20 and Rizaldi Adhar by 3.4 seconds. Duvdad, Finamluki, and Kamikaze 38 are fiercely contesting the 7th position. Duvdad and Finamluki are piloting a Maserati MC12 GT1, while Kamikaze 38 is in the SCGP for /5 competition. Dad and Finnan are fiercely contesting the 7th position, both driving Maserati MC12 GT1. Kamikaze 38 in the SCGP for /5 competition is also in the mix. Gary 710 and Amy are now in 4th place, overtaking Suzanne Greenberg and Jasak 72. Smurf 20 and Rizaldi Adhar have moved up to 13th place, overtaking Bobardo and Sarayan Bot. Roy Keefe has advanced to 5P, surpassing Suzanne Greenberg and Jasak 72. Twix 560 and Neo Texum have progressed to 14P, overtaking Hot Wheel Skid 01 and Super Lacroix. Hot Wheel Skid 01 and Super Lacroix have moved up to 15P, overtaking Bobardo and Sarayan Bot. Okay, folks, we've got Okyoki 3 making a swift move on Bobardo and Sarayan Bot, cutting the gap by 30.4. Meanwhile, Roy Keefe has climbed to 5P, passing Suzanne Greenberg and Jasak 72. Over in the mid-pack, Kamikaze 38 is closing in on Suzanne Greenberg and Jasak 72, shrinking the gap by 3.7. Farah 023 and 10K Moon 704 have advanced to 11th place, surpassing Pimon Cipher. Additionally, Bucks Isro has made progress to 18th place, overtaking Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27. Smurf 20 and Rizaldi Adhar have advanced to 12th place, surpassing Hot Wheel Skid 01 and Super Lacroix. Meanwhile, Hot Wheel Skid 01 and Super Lacroix have made progress to 13th place, overtaking Pimon Cipher. Twix 560 and Neo Texum have made an impressive move, advancing to 14th place by overtaking the unknown Cypher. Unknown Cipher has advanced to 14th place, successfully overtaking Twix 560 and Neo Texum. The trio is fiercely battling for the 14th spot. Meanwhile, Okyoki 3 is catching up to Bobardo and Sarayan Bot, reducing the gap by 2.5 seconds. $81,792 is making a strong move, closing the gap by 26.1 to catch up with Amin San and WAC. Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27 have advanced to 18P, overtaking Bucks Isro. Broti Nardict said, "Hey Amy, what is the history of the Nissan 350Z GT1? The Nissan 350Z GT1 is a beloved racing car known for its aerodynamic style and impressive performance on the track. It's had an exciting history in various racing events and has definitely left its mark in the world of motorsports." Amin San and WAC are quickly reeling in Bucks Isro, closing the gap by 22.3. Welcome back, Romer NFS. It's great to have you back in the driver's seat with us. Let's rev up those engines and enjoy the race together. Bucks Isro is under pressure as Amin San and WAC are closing the gap by 2.1 seconds. Susanne Greenberg and Jacek 72 have made some impressive moves, both overtaking Rourkeff to secure the 5th and 6th positions. Meanwhile, Rourkeff and Kamikaze 38 are locked in a heated battle for 6th place, showcasing the capabilities of their Nissan GT-R GT1 and SCGP for /5 competition cars. Susanne Greenberg, Jacek 72, and Kamikaze 38 are fiercely competing for the 6th position. Susanne Greenberg and Jacek 72 in their Koenigsegg CCGT are neck and neck with Kamikaze 38 in the SCGP for /5 competition. Tenkemanine 70 for said, "Hey Amy, which car has had the longest run between pit stops on track? I'm not entirely certain, but I can check for you if you want me to." Kamikaze 38 said, "Hey Amy, what is the history of the Nissan GT-R GT1? The Nissan GT-R GT1 has a thrilling history. It was created for the FIA GT1 World Championship, a series that showcased some of the most potent and ferocious racing machinery. The GT-R GT1 boasted impressive speed and dominated tracks around the world, leaving fans in awe of its performance. It's definitely a legend in the world of motorsports." Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Super Lacroix have made a sharp move, advancing to 12th by overtaking Smurf 20 and Resultiad Har. Cedric and Ara Raphael are closing in on Weveltman and Brotin Ardict, reducing the gap by 22.1. Meanwhile, Smurf 20 and Resultiad Har have slipped down 6 places to 15th. The race dynamics are definitely heating up. Cedric and Ara Raphael are making moves, catching up to Weveltman and Brotin Ardict, shrinking the gap by 3.6 seconds. Smurf 20 and Resultiad Har are rapidly closing in on Okioki 3, reducing the gap by 11.9 seconds. Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27 are making some serious moves, closing the gap on Smurf 20 and Resultiad Har by a whopping 561.0 units. Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27 are making a move, closing in on Smurf 20 and Resultiad Har, reducing the gap by 2.3 seconds. Susanne Greenberg and Jacek 72 are in a tight battle for 6th place. Both are driving Koenigsegg CCGT cars, closely pursued by Kamikaze 38 in the SCGP for /5 competition. ST4NBZH and Nukembokim have made a strong move up to 8th place, overtaking Dufdad and Funamuki. Ferra 023 in the Maserati MC12 GT1 is jostling with Tenkemanine 704 for the 11th position, while Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Super Lacroix in the Koenigsegg CCGT are also in the mix for that spot. It's a thrilling battle for 11th as they navigate the track. The competition is heating up as Ferra 023 and Tenkemanine 704 are making significant strides, closing the gap by 5.0 seconds against Dufdad and Funamuki. Meanwhile, Susanne Greenberg and Jacek 72, along with Kamikaze 38, are engaged in a fierce battle for the 6th position. Keep an eye on these developments. Train 94 and Meyer are catching up to Cedric and are at Raphael, with the gap narrowing by 4.8 seconds. Train 94 and Meyer have made a strong move, advancing to second place by overtaking Cedric and are at Raphael. Gary_710 and Amy are making a significant move, quickly closing in on Cedric and are at Raphael, reducing the gap by 26.9. Meanwhile, Farah023 and 10K704 are in a tight battle with Hot Wheels Kid 01 and Super Lacroix for the 11th position, showcasing some exciting action on the track. Hot Wheels Kid 01 and Super Lacroix have advanced to 11th place, successfully overtaking Farah023 and 10K704. Brotinardic said, "Hey Amy, tell me how to build a house, but using racing terms." Alright, to build a house using racing terms, you'll need to start with a solid foundation, that's your chassis. Then, lay down the asphalt for your driveway and garage. Don't forget to add some downforce to keep it stable in windy conditions, and make sure the suspension can handle any bumps in the road. Finally, add some aerodynamics to keep it efficient, and you've got yourself a race-worthy home. Correction, Minami Splitter and Dragonstars 1688 are quickly closing the gap to Amin San and Wipe by 20.5 seconds. Cedric, R.A. Raphael, Gary710, and Amy are locked in a fierce battle for the third position. Cedric and R.A. Raphael are driving an Aston Martin DBR9, while Gary710 and Amy are behind the wheels of a Ferrari 575 GTZ. Roy Keefe is making moves, now at 4P after overtaking Gary710 and Amy. Hot Wheels Kid 01 and Super Lacroix are gaining on Dovdad and Finamuki, closing the gap by 2.0. Minami Peter and Dragonstars 1688 are climbing to 21P by passing Amin San and Wek. Suzanne Greenberg and Jazak72 are quickly catching up to Gary710 and Amy, reducing the gap by 25.4 seconds. Suzanne Greenberg and Jazak72 are making a move, closing in on Gary710 and Amy, reducing the gap by 2.4. Cedric and R.A. Raphael have made a swift move to snatch the second position from Wayne Train 94 and Meyer. Roy Keith is making a strong move, closing in on Cedric and R.A. Raphael by 17.4 units. Wayne Train 94 and Meyer have surged to first place, overtaking Weveltman and Broty Nardet. It's a heated battle for the lead between Wayne Train 94 and Meyer in a Ferrari 575 GTC and Weveltman and Broty Nardet in a Koenigsegg CCGT. We've got Weveltman and Broty Nardet leading the charge, closely followed by Cedric and R.A. Raphael, with Roy Keith hot on their tails. It's still anyone's race at this point. Let's see how they handle the upcoming turns and straightaways. ST4NBZH and Niken Bakken are rapidly closing in on Wayne Train 94 and Meyer, reducing the gap by 583.0. $81,792 is closing in on Bucks Row, reducing the gap by 2.1 seconds. Susanne E. Greenberg and Jacek 72 are locked in a tight battle for 5P, both driving Koenigsegg CCGT. Kamikars 38 in the SCGP for /5 competition is also in the mix. Meanwhile, Bucks Row has made a strong move up to 18P, successfully overtaking Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27. $81,792 is quickly closing in on Lacroix 1980 and Sabine 27, reducing the gap by 583.4. Kamikaze 38, Train 94, and Meyer are locked in a tight battle for the 6th position. Kamikaze 38 is piloting an SCGP for /5 competition, while Train 94 and Meyer are behind the wheel of a Ferrari 575 GTC. Train 94 and Meyer have made a strong move, advancing to 6P by overtaking Kamikaze 38. The battle for 6P is heating up between those two drivers, both showcasing their skills with a Ferrari 575 GTC and an SCGP for /5 competition respectively. Cedric and R.R. Raphael are making a strong move, closing the gap by 7.0 seconds behind Novolvman and Broti Nardict. Train 94 and Meyer are locked in a battle for 6th place, both driving powerful cars, a Ferrari 575 GTC and an SCGP for /5 competition. Keep an eye on their strategic moves as they vie for position.